Several weeks ago, we brought you the story of climate activists marching across the entire United States to bring attention to the need for climate action. And walking across America is like at least 10 times as far as walking to the store. I'm not really sure how far it is. I live in the lap of luxury and never really step outside. Luxury is the name of a stripper I met at Private Eyes. Her lap is climate controlled, so I'm pretty happy. Anyway, the Great March for Climate Action made it. They arrived in Washington, D.C. the other day. Then, along with Popular Resistance and Chesapeake Climate Action Network, they held protests outside the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, also known as FERC, if you want to shrink the name down to a gagging noise, generally done following some sort of heavy meat and cheese dish. FERC is an independent agency that regulates the interstate transmission of natural gas, oil, and electricity. But by regulates, they actually mean acts as a rubber stamp to every oil and gas wet dream. So because the United States will soon be a lovely tropical island the size of a Costco parking lot, these protesters decided to block FERC's entrance until they were arrested. Pretty impressive individuals, heroes some would say, for being willing to put their health and well-being on the line in order to leave a livable world for other people, like their grandchildren. But the mainstream media did not see any reason to cover such a thing. Not a tweet. They couldn't spare a tweet. But CNN did have time for this. Amanda Bynes has decided to go on medication for bipolar. But it's okay. It's okay. Let's not judge CNN so quickly. Getting out to protest is not always an easy thing to do. Sometimes news happens nowhere near where news outlets are located. I mean, here's the FERC building, okay? And CNN is like way across the driveway. CNN is right there! That's not Photoshop! It was literally in their front yard! They couldn't have sent an unpaid intern down with a smartphone to grab some B-roll, shoot out an Instagram or some. The kid who gets Don Lemon's coffee couldn't have walked down 3 flights of stairs to tweet, hey, some dudes walked across America for some reason. I think it was because they ran out of Burt's Bees dreadlock cream or whatevs. These activists trudged across the continent and got arrested in CNN's foyer, and Wolf Blitzer couldn't mention it. All right? You could be 69ing with a CNN producer while getting pepper sprayed by the cops, and they wouldn't cover it unless it involved William Shatner in a Sharknado. But the protesters did not stop there. They then marched to the Democratic National Committee headquarters to give oil-covered pillows to the Democrats in order to make them more comfy while in bed with Big Oil, which is a pretty awesome visual. But I think the pillow analogy is too tame because in bed with, that means they're f***ing, right? That's what we mean. Big Oil and the Dems are totally f***ing each other. So shouldn't they have given the DNC oil-covered fleshlights or something? Let's not beat around the bush. There is no time for euphemisms. And look how awkward this DNC representative looks collecting all these pillows. That's actually his face. Now imagine if that were a bushel of dildos he was collecting, all right? And then CNN might actually be willing to haul their fat asses out of their office and roll down 3 flights of daunting stairs to cover it.